up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we'll be ranking all 6 Scream films from the worst to the best. Now, before we start, hit the like button, subscribe to the notification bell so you know for every video, and let's get started. So, coming in number 6 is going to be Scream 3. Now, Scream 3 is, of course, to me, the weakest of the Scream films. It is not a terrible film by any means, and having this be the worst of the 6 films it makes the film even better, I would say, because it makes this whole franchise better. Because if that is your weakest film in this entire franchise, you have a very, very good franchise. So with Scream 3 being the weakest, I don't think the story was as good as the others. I didn't really think that the characters were handled very well. There are a lot of characters in here who are portrayed by fantastic actors and actresses, but the characters themselves, I found them to be really dull and just not good characters that I didn't really care about or had sympathy for. So Scream 3 is the weakest of the films, but it's not a terrible horror film by any means. So Scream 3 comes in at number 6. Number 5 is going to be Scream 4. Now, Scream 4 is a big jump from Scream 3. I really do enjoy Scream 4, but as I rewatch it time and time again, it does get less enjoyable for me. It is still a very, very good Scream film, but it's just less enjoyable for me, and I think it just has to do with it doesn't really have that rewatchability factor that the other films do. But Scream 4 is a very good addition to the Scream franchise. It has this is possibly the most brutal Scream film up until the one that we just got, Scream 6. And the characters I thought were handled well. The lighting, I didn't really care for, but other than that, it's a good Scream film that has a good mystery that I still enjoy, but not as much as I used to. So Scream 4 comes in at number 5. Coming number 4 is going to be Scream 2. Now, Scream 2 is very, very good. I really enjoy Scream 2 every single time I watch it. I think the score for Scream 2 in particular is very, very well done. Marco Beltrami does a very good job with the score. And I think the characters are handled well. Dewey, this is Dewey's movie other than Scream 5. Scream 2 is a very, very well done film in terms of Dewey's character. And I think overall, Wes Craven did a fantastic job with this film, and it is one of my favorite horror films of all time. So Scream 2 comes in at number 4. Coming number 3 is going to be Scream 2022 or Scream 5. This is a very good sequel, and I think it revitalized the franchise. I really thought that just calling it Scream was very, very... of course, it tricked the audience, but I would have just called it Scream 5, because that is just what it is. And I thought it continued the story very well. You have a brand new set of characters, just like Scream 4. You have the legacy characters back in this film. And I think it's both emotional and very, very brutal with how Radio Silence and the directors of Ready or Not treated this film and treated the franchise. They respected Wes Craven and his legacy. So overall, I really think this is a very enjoyable film, and it is a very good film. Very good murder mystery and a very good Scream film, and that's why it comes in at number 3. Coming number 2 is going to be the most recent Scream 6. I adore this film. This is one of my favorite horror films of the year, easily. Well, of the year so far. But I really do think this is my favorite horror film of the last 2 years, actually. Because what the directors chose to do with this film is take away everything that you know about the rules and all of that for these films. And really now those rules don't really apply anymore. And I really enjoyed that you took the characters and expanded the mythology, they expanded the lore, and they expanded your emotional investment in these characters, because things happen in some of these characters that I did not want to see happen. The only problem that I have with this film is that they didn't take enough risks, and they did things in the film that I would have been like, that was a good conclusion to that character, but instead they sort of erased what they did in the film. About 3 scenes, or near the ending, they erased what they did to those characters. But overall, this is a very, very good Scream film, and I see myself rewatching this multiple times, and it is definitely one of my favorite horror films of the past 2 years. So that's why Scream 6 comes in at number 2. But coming number 1 is the original Scream. This film is just near perfect. Wes Craven did a phenomenal job with the film. We have the rules, the characters, all these horror movie tropes that are in this film. Fantastic. I really think this is a love letter to horror films, horror cinema, and Wes Craven is easily one of, if not my favorite horror director of all time, right next to Stanley Kubrick. And I think what he does with Scream, it's completely different from Nightmare on Elm Street, but it still has that same Wes Craven feel to the film, which whenever you watch a Wes Craven film, you know it's a Wes Craven film just because of the way he shoots his sequences, the way the characters are handled. This film in particular is a very, very good film. One of my favorite horror films of all time, and that's why Scream comes in at number one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, post, subscribe, and post notification posting for a video. Peter, thank you for watching.